Hey, this is Lance from BestKidSolutions.com, and just want to let you guys know we have a brand new article entitled How to Get a Child to Listen in School. This is the short answer, is that you can't get a child to listen in school. What you can do is that you can put in certain structures and foundations in place so that the child is more likely to listen. That's very similar to getting a child to go to sleep. You can't make a child to go to sleep, but you can put in sleep routines and habits in order to make going to sleep a bit easier. And the same thing occurs with listening. Now, listening is such a crucial skill to learn, not only in school, but in life. And there are certain things that need to go into that routine or that foundation to help the child become a better listener. Now, in the article, there are two different perspectives, one from a parent's perspective and one from a teacher's perspective. Because while they're similar, they can be quite different. And in the sense that a parent's role in listening is so crucial in order to get a child prepared for listening at school. When a parent has set that foundation of listening and they've really made it a priority, and they've allowed the child to understand that the importance of listening will benefit them greatly, it helps the teacher once the child is in school. So, in the article, it goes into much more detail, but I want to give you a couple of them that really will help you at this time. And we'll look at the parent's perspective first. Number one is that you have to model and show your child, that education is a priority in your life and in their life. And many times what you can do is you can model that by being involved in the school. Now, you don't necessarily need to be the PTA president or go to every single field trip, but showing your child that school activities and school in general is extremely important will go just amazingly well when trying to have your child understand that what is happening at school is so very important. When you model that, it just unconsciously sinks into the child. And it can be as easy as just going over homework with them or being a part of their study routine. And of course, playing educational games and discussing with them the importance of education. And once they understand that education is an important priority in your life and in their life, it is much easier for them to take that skill of listening and make it more of an intrinsic ability so that they will be successful. And I've always said that the number one predictor in a child's success in school is the priority that the parent puts in education. And I still think that's so very true. Another one that is quite important is setting up that foundation, which kind of goes along with making education a priority, is that when the expectation is there that what goes on at school is important and listening to the teacher is part of that expectation, it makes them understand how important it is to become a good listener. And of course, it makes it much more of an intrinsic ability when the parent is involved as well. And then the last one in regards to the parents is that, you can really help them by showing them listening techniques, active listening techniques at home. I mean, it's amazing when you go through some of these techniques, like, watching the listener and actively nodding, and asking probing questions at the end. And some of these active listening techniques that you can teach them will kind of give them an upper hand when it comes to using those techniques at school, because it really is impressive. And once they've gotten the habit of that, they will really be quite successful. And you can play little games in the article. It gives you some suggestions on games that you can play that help them with the listening process and active listening. And I think once that's incorporated, you will find that it's quite impressive how much their listening has improved. Now let's jump into the teaching aspect. And the number one thing, absolutely, as most teachers know already, is that the key to listening is getting their attention. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to win an election or if you're trying to sell something. If nobody knows what you're selling, regardless of how great the product is, it's not going to be bought. You have to get people's attention. And the same thing goes when you're trying to sell a lesson. You have to get their attention. You can't make them listen, but when you have their attention, the listening just comes naturally. And in the article, there's quite a bit of information on how to do that, how to set up a lesson to get their attention. Of course, we've all seen, the books such as Teach Like a Pirate, where you're dressing up like things. Getting their attention is easy when you're dressed up. I've always said that being a good educator is 60% entertainer and 40% educator. And because it's all about it's all about the attention. And it really is key. Once you have their attention, then the lesson goes so much more smoothly. Another great tip for teachers is to give the child choices. I know that's not always easy, but it comes down to structured choices. And once again, when the child feels in control, or at least a part of their education, or at least the process in which that path they're going down, they have a tendency to be better listeners because they have chosen the path in which they have chosen to go down that lane for mastery. Now, an example of this would be maybe whether or not they want to do the activity in groups or individually, or maybe they get an opportunity to choose based upon two topics. Once again, when they've chosen the activity, or at least been given structured choices, their interests are more in line with that choice, and in turn, it's much easier to get their attention. And it allows the lesson or the activity to go so much smoother because, once again, they feel like they are in control of this, and when they are in control or given a choice, their attention level is much greater. This is just a basic part, or I should say a little summary of the article. Please go ahead and go to bestkidssolutions.com, where you'll get more information. There's probably 5 steps each, or 5 suggestions each per parent and teacher. I hope this helps. And once again, check out the article, and we're looking forward to giving some more information down the road. If you felt like this was beneficial to you or helped at all, please go ahead and share this information. We surely would like to get this information out to as many people as possible, help as many people as we can, because we truly believe that parents, kids, and teachers are the people that are going to change this world for the better. And the better that we help them, the better we all will be in the long run. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.